back, my DIY nomads. I hope all of you guys are doing really, really well today. We're going to stick with a nice short intro today. We're just going to get into it. And typical that the lorry would show up just as I'm starting it. We're going to just get into this. I'm going to try a different edit today. I'm going to do less talking, more doing. So let me know what you think, whether you prefer my usual stuff or this edit, and maybe we can start changing all the styles to what you guys like. So I thought I'd do a quick little update now. We've got through quite a lot. This whole area is in. I've mounted the fridge, the pipework at the back that you saw before, and I've also mounted the 2 control panels. I need to add the button, but that's what I've got so far. So I've still got quite a few jobs to do. You can see what I thought was going to be a much bigger gap at the top between the top and the actual cabinet. It's actually very, very small. We're talking about 6 or 7 centimeters. It's going to be quite interesting to try and fill that space, but I'm sure it can be done. So, kitchen cabinet is in. I'm really excited with how much we've managed to get done. It is starting to actually get dark now, but yeah, some of you might have picked up that this is a brand new piece of wood. I had to do that because there's 2 support beams going along the width of this, and the sink and the cooker both cut into those. So I've had to rotate the sink 90 degrees and push both of the cooker and the sink backwards a bit. So I need a new piece of wood. I left my jigsaw at home annoyingly, so I'm having to go get that in a second to cut out those holes. But it's sort of coming together now and it looks really good. The other door, which you guys might have seen as I was doing, I used the other door to create the surround for the fridge and then also put in the control panels there, because that's going to be, I'm going to use the top hinge as like a support point, but I'm going to basically screw that in so it doesn't move. It's mounted permanently. Right, we are back in the next day. I've actually finally managed to get all the kit I need to get the jobs done that I need for today. If that made any sense at all. So I'm going to tackle the one thing I always forget to take into consideration is I have all these ideas that like I'm going to get this much done in a video, and I forget actually a lot of this stuff does take a lot of time, especially if you want to do it accurately and you take your time and do it with a lot of care and passion and everything. It takes more time than you expect. So I plan to try and finish off this kitchen as much as I can today. I'd like to get it running. I don't have the tap though. I still don't have a kitchen tap, so I won't be able to plumb that in. But I'd like to get the sink plumbed in and the cooker all plumbed in, and then get everything, all the wires back in. That'd be good. And then I want to tackle just cutting out the floor bit, the vinyl floor in the shower area, because if I can get rid of this, like the ply underneath that's on top of the Celotex, but if I can get rid of the floor, I save myself nearly a centimetre in height. So get a shower tray in, it's just sort of, once I get all of the shower stuff in, it'll probably be the same height as the floor, but if I can save that, it means I'm not bashing my head on the roof, which is good. Now that the kitchen top's in, cooker's on, sink's in, the feet, I need to get 2 more done and then screw them into the kitchen and then the worktop, and then there's basically 2 parts and they sort of just slide together. Sorry guys, my camera ran out of battery. This is where I've managed to get to. I managed to get the floor out of the whole area. I've now boxed it off, added this bit on the front here, and yeah, this is now about 8 mils lower than what it would have been, which is good because that saves me 8 mil of height, even with my shoes on, which have got pretty decently thick soles. Along with also cutting out the floor area for that, I've been trying to sort out underneath here. So got the plumbing. It looks a bit of a mess right now, but it was a lot worse earlier on. Here's the diesel tank for the Wallace. This will be going. I'm going to try and plumb it into where the fuel tank area is, just over here, so I can run the tube along the back there. Plumbing at the back there, and because of the way that these have to be mounted in the upright position, that one as well, that one, doesn't really matter. I've had to have the water come in here, go round that way, then back up around there. I would have liked to have had it in a line, but that's just the way that that's built. Now before, the power came out and went to a relay, which went to a switch. And do you remember when I had the Wallace thing, this control panel, and I had one little button? The button turned on the relay so I could turn on the Wallace. I also had my fridge wired directly to the battery, and I didn't have it on a switch yet. And I have no idea why I haven't actually thought of updating this recently, but it just went directly there. And if I wanted to turn it off, I just pulled a fuse out, which is so bad and so basic. I've always had 2 extra switches on here just left over, but the fridge is going to go onto one of these switches, and I'm going to put the Wallace on the other one. Everything will now go through the control panel, which means my wiring is going to be just this, and that will power everything, which is going to be so useful. It means I can get rid of a ton of wires, a ton of extra little bits and bobs, and really simplify the electronics behind here. Shows the voltage, turns on the fridge, turns on the Wallace, and then these two, this one will be the water pump, and then this one will be the lights. And just to put it into scale, all of this wire and that relay, that's all the wire, and therefore all of this tubing here as well, that I've managed to remove from my system. My last thing to do in there is obviously just tidy up the cables, and I just need to now just reinforce this one little corner for the weight of the worktop. But apart from that, good to go. Kitchen, shower floor is now out. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch all of you DIY nomads next week.